Welcome to Big Daddy Storytime. We're reading Walt Disney's My Side of the Story by Peter Pan. The Final Battle. We got to Hook's ship just as Wendy was walking the plank. With her chin held high, Wendy lifted her foot and prepared to step off the end. Just as she fell, I swooped in and I caught her. What a trick we'd played on Hook this time! Wendy and I hovered next to the ship, giggling as the pirates on board began to holler in confusion. No splash! They cried, no splash! Not a ripple even? The ship's bewitched! Old Hook had a hang of a time trying to get them to calm down. At last he cried, "You want a splash? Here's your splash!" and snatched up one of his own men. He threw him overboard. Plunk! Who's next?" he snarled. "You're next, Hook," I said, landing in the crow's nest with Wendy. Then a huge rumpus broke out between the pirates and the boys. Fishing pole John and Jackrabbit Michael turned out to be good for something after all. They each clobbered a pirate or two. Wendy did a swell job herself. She's not much of a fighter, but boy can that girl yell! Together they chased those pirates right off the ship. As for me, I was busy fighting Hook. I was winning too. Maybe that's why Hook suddenly said, "You won't dare fight old Hook man to man. You'd fly away like a cowardly sparrow." "I don't see a man here," I wanted to say. "I only see a codfish." But instead I told him I'd fight you man to man with one hand behind my back. Then I gave him my word and I wouldn't fly. We began a duel, balancing high on the yardum. Since Hook is such a sore loser, I let him think he was winning for a minute. I even let him knock my knife out of my hand. "Insolvent youth, prepare to die," he says, raising his sword. Hook thought he had me cornered, but he was wrong. Leaping up, I grabbed the skull and crossbones flag flapping above us and pulled it over Hook's head. A second later, I'd wrapped him up tight. "You're mine, Hook," I said, pointing the captain's sword at him. "Well, who was a coward then? You wouldn't do old Hook in, would you?" He groveled. "I'll do anything you say." "Say you're a codfish," I told him. "I am a codfish," he cried, and so I let him go. Hook tried to sneak up on me one more time after that, but everybody knows cheaters can't be winners. He lost his balance and fell right into the water, where the hungry alligator chased him all the way around and out town. After that I took Hook's ship and sailed all the way back to London, because that's where Wendy really wanted to be. Michael and John were all for staying in Neverland, but Wendy bossed them into going back home. Then we turned the ship around, and the Lost Boys sailed back to Neverland with me. I haven't seen Hook since that day. Rumor has it, though, that he retired from pirating and is now living in America. I miss him around here. Neverland just isn't as much fun without him. Sure, the Lost Boys and I have plenty of fun battling old animals and wild animals and stuff, but it's not the same. You know what I think? I think Hook misses me too. I mean, he must get pretty bored being retired and all. Just the other day, Tink said to me, "Why don't you take the ship and go find him?" And believe it or not, that's exactly what I'm going to do. What have we learned today, my friends? We learned from Wendy and Peter Pan that when friends get into trouble, a good friend can always help you get out of trouble. Stay happy, my friends. Be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more Big Daddy Story Time. God bless.